All right. Welcome back, Lottie Dottie and everybody. My name is Maven, and today we're going to be continuing. This is episode 2 of our Return to DDO series. On the previous episode, you saw us start off our adventure returning back to DDO after a pretty significant multi-year hiatus, with the intention of just diving back into a game that I've always found a significant amount of enjoyment in playing, and seeing what it's like to play it again in 2025. Now, DDO has undergone a lot of changes. We kind of spoke to a few of them, the more significant ones in the previous episode, talking about the eradication of the 32-bit servers, the Standing Stone Games, the developer of the game itself, migrating everything into 64-bit servers, consolidating down to about 4 or 5 total for all global players. And there's been the recent addition of the newest expansion that came out a number of weeks ago, the Chill of Ravenloft. That's always been a near and dear favorite of mine in the tabletop version of Dungeons & Dragons, spanning 30 years in my infatuation with Strahd and Barovia and the entire campaign setting, really drawing me back into wanting to see what the game is like. We made our Blightcaster, when that was the character of choice as we moved into the gameplay yesterday, creating one from scratch with no prior lives. And we made our way into level 4. My friend BJ, who is accompanying me along some of the gameplay, is joining us here again today. We're now back in the harbor of Stormreach, in which we'll be doing some of the Coin Lord progression that is going to push us up through some of the levels, probably into that 5-6 level range until we're going to transition over to Saltmarsh, and from there we'll likely either do Feywild or the Isle of Dread. So that's probably going to be the progression. We're going to work through some of the Coin Lord progressions, getting some of that reputation, that faction-based reputation. It's going to get us some bag slots, bag of holding, things of that nature. Those are really important for quality of life because inventory slots can be pretty, unless you're wanting to spend a bunch of DDO points and burning resources, real money. We're trying to minimize some of that microtransaction stuff here. I do have a VIP account, but I really want to try and focus on building out the quality of life of the character as we go along as well. So we went through the Borderlands quest arc yesterday in episode 1. Today, we're going to be kicking it off doing that Coin Lords quest arc that is going to then set us up as we transition over into Saltmarsh and then Feywild as well. Not sure how far we'll get into all of that today, but we'll try and make as much progress as we can. So for everybody that's watching, buckle up. Hope you guys had fun watching yesterday. For those that happen to catch it, we are streaming it live on Twitch. We're also recording this live on YouTube. So if you're watching this past, present, or as I always say, if you have a time machine, and you're watching this in the future, well, then you were quite the brilliant individual. Nevertheless, we're excited to jump right in, so let's get to it here. We are here at the South Harbor of Stormreach, and with me is my friend BJ here. BJ, what's going on? You ready?
Ready.
All right, cool. So we picked up this first quest here for Baudry. You still have that one, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and, you've got your hirelings and everything already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this one here, then. We will get this one started. Now, one of the things I don't remember is if 2 people can have the same special hireling as well. So I'm going to bring out my cleric, or my favorite soul, and I'm going to try and summon Frogo. I want to see if you can summon him as well. I don't know if you can have duplicates of the same named one. I guess we'll have to find out. I don't remember that being the case, but that doesn't make me right.
Mm.
Any luck?
So, Frogo?
Yeah, look at that. We both can have one. I'll be damned. That is interesting. Look at that. Dude, we're gonna be maddening, dude. We're gonna be a beast. All right, I want to put both of mine on. Well, I'm gonna put Frogo on aggressive, on active, I'll keep the cleric on. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'll keep him on active too. Keep him a part of the fight.
Okay.
Got my high form. I've got everything good to go. Okay. Let's go ahead and get it done here. This has got a lot of breakables in it too, mind you. So, this is an FYI. All right. Timer's ticking. We basically have to keep this box in the center protected from them. They're going to try and swarm it. Until that happens, let's try and get as many breakables down as we can here.
Yep.
I'll avoid picking up anything small, I think, until the end, but
If you just want to focus on breakables, I'll focus on the mobs in the middle.
okay.
Because I have the strike through and cleave, I can hit multiples at one time.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them that are going to be ranged, so just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I'll focus on getting down some of the more obvious ones here, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
We only have to defend it for 5 minutes, so I think we're going to be more than fine. I know, tall task. I get it, right? Moving Mount Everest over here. Oh, man.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? Play some ominously suspenseful music here and hope and YOLO. Okay. I really love for my hirelings to actually do something besides stare at me doing work. Well, there's one level of breakables we got down, so that's good.
Nice, dude.
Wow. Back-to-back barrels with potions of cure light wounds in it. That's pretty awesome. I'll take that all day long. There's a great axe over here.
Okay.
Armor piercing great axe.
Nope. Will items despawn or no?
I'm gonna pick it up for you just in case.
Okay.
I don't think that they do, but I don't know that for certain.
Right.
I'm saying that purely under speculation, so I don't.
Speculation.
Speculation.
One minute.
It's gonna be close. Real nail biter over here.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I got everything on the breakable side anyway. Get him, Frogo.
It's cute. I'll hit you in the dark with my axe. That's fine. It ain't gonna miss. It ain't gonna miss. I promise.
Well, just swing in that general direction, and I suspect you'll be the only thing that it's gonna hit. Yeah, jump right into my my little entanglements over here. That's mighty sweet of you to do that. So courteous. That's called being a team player. Okay, let's finish these little doofuses off here. Get him, Frogo. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oil of light repair. Okay. All right. Oh, here, let me trade you that axe here. I don't know if it's going to be good enough or good for you at all, but we'll at least I know who doesn't need it. Take a gander at that and see if it's worth anything for you.
And some bonus. Da ba da ba da ba da. +1. Yep, let's do it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, let's finish out. We're good. Not too bad. Oh, so for this one, we're just gotta go run. Oh, here, hold on, let me see. I don't remember. I'm just gonna bring Frogo with me. Actually, no, I'll bring one with me. I don't know if I don't remember if there's enemies in here or not, but we're just basically looking for crates to bash. I think there's 50 of them we gotta do. So like this one here, and some of them are pretty obscure, so you gotta look around for them. But for the most part, they're relatively easy to find. And then after this, we'll come in here, we'll do the exact same dungeon, but then there will be monsters in here.
Exits lead the room. You must hurry before Hazardil knows you are here. Keep smashing his crates.
I want to know who did the voiceover for this guy that narrates this, because you'll hear his voice a few times, and it's like, keep smashing his crates. I'm like, you sound like the single most unconvincing, unenthusiastic person I've ever heard in my entire life. I keep smashing his crates. I'm like, Gary Gygax was on his deathbed recording voiceovers for this and sounded more enthusiastic than you.
Sheesh.
And is probably now rolling over in his grave. Thank you very much. It's going to be some up here, I believe. Yep. And this would be good, too, that we've got Frogos with us, too, because at the end of this dungeon is a trap that you don't have to go through, but there's a chest at the end that has a trap right in front of it that will one-shot you if you don't disable it. So, it's relatively easy to do. You just got to have the ability to detect it. So,
Right.
Frogo will be very handy in doing so. But in the meantime,
Oh,
keep
Frogo.
smashing those crates.
I guess I will, not because you're telling me to. It's because I want to. That's why.
I understand. You know, you having the power of choice is important to me.
Yeah. Totally.
I understand. You got to do what makes you feel motivated.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
As the last crate split,
Got
There we
him.
go. All right, we're
know
gonna finish
that
it out.
you have successfully stopped Hazardill's illicit trade.
So we'll go out. We'll talk to him. We'll turn in. They'll send us right back in. There won't be a timer on that one. We'll just have to wind up finishing it out,
Okay.
like normal. You know, now that we kept smashing those crates. Okay, retrieve corn Lord Amanitu's container. Okay, yeah, that's at the bottom. All right. Same process. Now we'll just make our way through. Just keep checking for breakables. Obviously, we know there's a lot in here, but
Mm-hmm.
always, when we go through these, you're going to see a lot of these similar situations with the monsters, especially with the kobolds and stuff like that. Anytime you see a shaman, take his ass out first, man, because those they'll blind you. They can cast electricity at you and shit like that. They can do a lot of crowd control stuff. So anytime you see one of those, make it a point to take him out first,
Okay.
if able. I mean, as long as it's reasonable reasonable to do so. But it's odd. I don't remember that being on fire. Interesting. There's a rare.
Looking real good, Bob.
Looking real good there, Bob. Noise.
Mm-hmm. What's your helm at? I just found a hat of spot 6. It gives you a +2 to wisdom, +6 bonus to spot.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. Derpy, derpy, derp. Where did you go? Over here. Nope. Son of a.
Guy looks like Bane.
Yeah. He looks so awesome. Was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness. Do you feel in charge?
Do you feel in charge?
Nobody moves. No, I'm in charge. Do you feel in charge?
Tom Hardy, he's the GOAT.
The best. The best. All right, let's not
You know what's not the best?
lag.
Lag.
That is not the best. No
That's
goat.
the worst.
No goat status for that one.
61-point
Baller.
shot.
Hitting hard.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're just,
Most are hitting around 20. 20 is the average.
yeah. Let's see. I don't think there's any breakables down here. No. Oh, yep, there is one over there. JK. I'll be able to. You might have the jump to get to it. I don't have the spell component. I forgot to go with spell components before we left, so I don't have the spell components to cast jump on myself.
There it is.
There we go. Okay.
Do you feel in charge?
Do you feel in charge? There's a trap somewhere in this room. Watch out. Oh, it's up here at the top of this ladder. That's right. That's right. I remember this here. So it is. Let's see. See if I can get him to search for it here. Really? No one can search for it, huh? Seems a little silly to me. All right, well. Huh.
You have recovered the stolen goods for Cartamon.
All right, well, there's another place right on the other side of here that I'll see if I can disable here. There's this lever opens up a door on the other side of the room here. And we can keep these guys here for a second. I'm gonna roll this over there. Really?
What is it that you're looking for?
I'm looking for this trap that's on this chest here because I know there is one.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Got it.
Nice, dude.
Nice. Okay, that'll work. The bracers are a nice little upgrade. Take that for sure. Okay. We may finish out. See what we got here. What did you got for me? I wonder if this might be a little better, actually. Equip it and try it. 8.4. It's about the same. Acid spells. I don't have any acid. This acid damage. That really wasn't doing me any damn good, was it? Let's see. Oh, yeah, this one's much better, actually. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Let's see. And we got to go up here to the tavern.
Ooh, the tavern.
Darkness. Let me put one of my bonus points in here. Let me see. What is this asking me to take in here? Let me see here. Is this? Enveloping swarm. Where is that one? Which one's enveloping swarm? Cycle of decays. I did that one. Yep. Sharp edges 3, maybe? Oh, this is it. A swarm, a swarm of voracious insects envelops your target. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Oh yeah. Okay. Except close. Let me pull that up real quick. And some, so let's see, let's put that here. Let's do that one. Okay. All right, into the tavern we go. Oh, I'm gonna use the spirit binder here. Might as well.
Okay.
Instead of going back to Salt Marsh. Since our airship is a fucking bust.
Mm-hmm. Level 2 quests, level 3 quests.
Let's see. Bringing in the light. Smuggler's Warehouse. We did a lot of those already. I think we can go back out here. Let me see. Actually, no. Let's go back in there because I think one of those we can go. We can finish those out. Let me see. The central. Let's see. Report level 2 quests. Recovering the lost home. Let's see. Look her up in the on the hill at the large house there, middle of the harbor overlook. Okay. Cool. Off we go.
Lost Home, is that the one?
Believe so. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, recovering the lost home.
Okay.
So let me see, where is she? Yeah, she's up. Yep, I see where she's at. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
The librarian cheerfully agrees to show you his collections. He leaves you
Recovering
below the tower, then motions
lost
you
home.
to
Let me see. Okay.
Crap.
The air is chilly and damp. Despite this, the books seem bold.
I vaguely remember this quest.
Magic must be at work here.
So wait for him to walk away, and then we
Librarian
gotta
scans
start
the shelves
disarming the stuff
muttering
after
to
he walks
himself.
away.
Best wait
Okay.
for him to leave before trying to steal Dulcamara's books.
Yep, there's a lot of books in here. Mm-hmm.
Whole lot of them.
Who's got time to read? I just want to kill stuff.
It's not really conducive to what I'm trying to do right now.
Mm-mm.
All right, so wait for the librarian to leave.
The librarian has left the room. Quick, obtain the book and return to Dulsamara. The librarian's voice shrieks, I know your true intentions. My traps will be the end of you.
Ooh. Mm. Fair enough. Let's go this way here. All right, so hold up here for a second. Let me orient myself here real quick. Oh, we're good going down here. Okay, we're good. Line right up here.
Yeah.
Oops. All right, there's gonna be a whole bunch of traps down there, so bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna park the cleric here. I'm just gonna bring Frogo with me, but I'm gonna park him until I need him. Let's see. Oop, ow. My intelligence is too low. Well, maybe this one isn't. Let me see. There we go. Got that one. You stay still. Where's the next one? It is right up here.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. That should be able to open up the other side of the original room we were in, I believe.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, what did I miss here? Did I miss something? What am I missing here?
The lever down here I can hit.
Go ahead and hit it. Yeah, there it goes. It opens.
Bang.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that opened up the back wall of that main room in there. That's what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that. Yep. Breakables. Got it. Oh,
All
there's
of them.
this here. Let's see. There we go. Takes care of that. I think there's traps in here, so watch out. Don't go diving after that stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There it is. Sneaky devil. What do you do? There we go. Pretty sure there's also one over here somewhere too, maybe. Let me see.
You have found what you came for. It is time to leave this vile place.
Alright, let's go up here and look at this stuff here. Nice. What is this? Let's see, this is wielded by pure smite the wicked. Oh, I can't wear that. That's a negative. It's for good characters only, which I am certainly not. I'm chaotic neutral. All right, we're good.
Sweet.
Ballin'.
Mm-hmm.
Going right along. And go back to the inn once we turn this in. Get the next one, I guess. So what you got for me? Anything good? Of healing lore. No, it's not. Oh. About this shield. No. Some pretty trash options here. All right. What are you thinking of your barbarian so far?
Yeah, he's fun, man.
Yeah, man. Looking solid
Point
so
and
far.
click.
Yeah.
Point and click.
Stupid simple, man.
Mm-hmm.
Level 2 quests. Looking for Butcher's Path.
Okay.
I'm not scared. I don't know about you.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. You might be scared. I'm not scared.
Not in the least.
And right back to the same spot we were at.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right here. This one says it's long. Okay. Butcher's Path. Let's see here.
You have set foot on the infamous Butcher's Path, a gauntlet that has inspired
Walk the
many
butcher's.
grim
Let's see.
tavern
Walk
tales.
the Butcher's Path. There we go. Let's see. They have 2 maps on here. Let me see what the other one looks like here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I'll do is I'll keep that one up. And have both of them. How about that? I is a smart bear.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down.
Okay. Scribble, 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 scribble.
Man, you're really good at writing stuff down.
Thanks. I've had some practice.
I can tell. You're very good at it.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to take this here. Yep. Remind me when we get done here to go buy some damn spell components.
Okay.
Alright, there's a secret door right here.
And our show is...
There's a few of them in here, actually. There's quite a few, actually.
Okay.
Now, hold on. We need to cover something real quick. Okay. If you, what I would suggest, BJ, is you need to have a burner weapon that you can use when we start fighting oozes.
Okay.
In fact, here, take this one.
I got one.
You have one. Okay. What I would do then is I would have them. Do you know how to set up weapon sets to be on your hotbar?
Yes.
Or you can drag. So like in your inventory, right? Below your main bag area, you got those little green icons there called weapon sets.
Yep, I got
so
it.
You can drag like a weapon and a shield in the same spot. So
Mhm.
like if you're like a single-handed fighter and you use sword and board, right? You can drag the sword and the shield in that same one slot, and that can become a hotbar item. Both of them will be equipped off of that one thing. So then that's how you
Gotcha.
can quickly set up like tabbing between like sword and board two-handed without having to like go drag them into their spots, right? So but when it comes to oozes, they will permanently damage your weapons to where they can't be repaired.
Mm.
So the more you
Okay.
attack with them, the more it will erode your weapon away. Now,
Okay.
you'll see along the way as we gather gear that there are some items that you'll notice in their description that they're immune to weapon damage.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, so you'll see some of those that are like just purely immune to it. But
You approach the dead end.
Did you have a great axe? I thought I had one, and it's just a one-hander instead of a great axe. By the way.
I gave you the one that I had. Was that not a great axe, or was it only one-handed?
No, it was. That's the one I was using. The burner weapon that I thought I had was only a one-hander.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the oozes are relatively easy to kill. I mean, switching to a one-hander is certainly not going to be detrimental by any means. You're just preserving your weapon. The
Right.
oozes themselves are relative, and honestly, when I'll play another character, I'll switch to like bow and arrow,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just shoot them at ranged, you know.
Gotcha.
So we got that down there. Okay. Just, you know, anything to quickly dispatch them, which they're relatively easy to kill. So. Okay. This should be a secret door around this corner here. Oh, hey, buddy. Why don't you go take care of those?
There's just a gray ooze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I usually just like I'll let my hirelings go attack it and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
anything to preserve my main weapon until I have something that's immune to it.
Mm-hmm. A mushroom.
Mm-hmm. I thought there was a chest in here somewhere. Well, maybe there's not. Oh well. We found the secret door. That's just extra XP. Strength is too low. Oh, that's gotta be all you then.
Get over
Oh,
here.
75-point shot.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I need you to pull this lever over here, Beej.
Ka-chunk. So the stuff that we find in these little treasure bag drops, is that stuff we can use just to sell, or is that like rep stuff we can turn in for the
They're
factions?
collectible stuff that you'll use for like a variety of different things. Sometimes it's crafting,
Okay.
sometimes it's rep, sometimes it's
Okay.
stuff like that. Why won't you interact with this thing? dude.
Hey, chest.
Hmm. Oh, here, let me get the.
Got it.
Very nice.
You have found the hidden kobold treasure.
Ooh, what is this? It's not very good. All right, let me see. Let me orient myself here. Oh, there's some shrines over here. I'm just gonna open up this door just to have it open. It won't stay open though. But there's a passageway that goes up. Oh, it's not in there. Never mind. The other side here. We'll go down this way here. I'll let you open that door first. Very nice. Easy work. Breakables. Dig it.
Countless kobolds scratch and scurry somewhere very close by.
That's right. Oh man, multiple 80-point shots.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Dude, it's starting. It's happening.
Nice.
And just you wait. All right, let me see. Let me orient myself here. Oh, there's a trap in here somewhere. Let me see. There it is.
There be.
Don't be a doofus. Go get it. Oh, come here. Why?
One
Why?
of these underwater pipes might lead to further slaughter.
Really? Okay. All right. So that's good. So let's see. We can. I think there's a chest down here too that I can go get.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Fast as fuck, boy. Trap in there. Watch out.
Okay.
Hey, hold that.
Oh.
Let me see here. Hold up.
Yep.
No? Yeah. All right. Well. Jade ring, huh? Okay. Go. let you go jump in there first.
Huzzah.
Oof. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's right here, maybe.
Troglodyte. Let's go, dude. I'm not scared of you.
Mm-hmm.
Slayed the Troglodyte champion.
Mm-hmm. What is this? +1 to charisma. To electricity absorbent, huh? I think I might be able to do that with some gear swaps here. Oh, I'm gonna keep it just first here in a little bit. Alright, let's see. We'll go up and around. There's shrines over here. Let me go hit those real quick first. Here. Hey, hold this for me, guys.
They're going nowhere.
Alright, yeah, we can go back down here now. I'm gonna go hit this shrine. Nope. Oozes. That's right. Follow me around in a circle like a doofus. Oozes.
Yeesh. Yeah, I burnt that weapon up real quick.
Yep. Damn, we just wrecked them assholes, dude. Oh wait, hold up. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, no, we're good. sometimes there's a rare that spawns down here. Sometimes.
Not this time.
Clearly not this time.
You must have got word we were in town.
They knew. They knew we were coming.
It's like, I
I must steer clear of that. I want none of that smoke.
none of it.
None.
Slay Witch Doctor Niza. All right, where's she at?
She needs this acid. He's in here. She's got wrecked. Hey, hold that for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is necklace. Plus 1 to charisma. You need charisma, right?
Yeah.
Here, take this. There you go. All right, we can finish out.
Did you give it to me?
I did. It's in the chest.
Oh, in the chest.
Yeah, so if you have something in the chest, you can click on it. There's a little icon. There's a little arrow button that you'll see that basically sends a drop down. And basically, you can send it to somebody else. And then once you do that, then they see it in the chest instead of you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can't find where it went. There it is.
Light and alignment spell power. That doesn't help me much.
Oh, we can turn this one in. I'm going to jump off, get dinner, FaceTime Bella, and then I'll be back on after that.
Okay. All right.
Let's see, where do we go? Ah, there she is.
Okay, where's my... I think I got an enhancement plan down here. Let's see... Sid arrow. Corner bile rank 2. Is that a thing? Yeah, let me see. Is that right? Thorn or bile? Rank 2 splinter bolt. Yeah, okay. Deals 1. How is that any different? It's the same thing. Oh, the cooldown's different. That's why. Okay, got it. Okay. Understood. Wait, is it 2? How come I couldn't put that in there then? Oh, Thorn or Bile rank 2. That's why. Gotcha. Okay. Understood. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go sell some of this stuff. I'll probably just hang around until you're done. Since I've started the stream and everything, it'd be... I don't want to stop it and start it again, so I'll just probably just hang around on here for a little while.
Huh? I shall return.
Alright, man. Let's see you in a bit. All right, I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Now, while we wait for BJ, figure what we might be able to do. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, spell components. That's what I need here. Let's see. Freshly picked berries. Looks like some of that would be good here. Let me find out. Let's see. DDO. Druid. Spell component. Enter. All right, so Feather Falls Apothecary and House J. Okay, so that we need to go to. For that, we need to go to the marketplace. To get to House J. Actually, too, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go. No, I'll wait and do spell or ship buffs afterward. Let's go to House J. Let's get some, let's see, House Jarasco, I believe. Let's see, let me find it here. There we go. Right up there. 1 o'clock position. Is it set here? Here sure is. Look at that. Okay, now we're looking for Feathers. Feathers Fall. Is that really, or is it Feather Falls? Is it Feathers Fall? I believe it is, right? Let me see. Feathers Fall Apothecary. There it is, actually. Feathers Fall. I'll be damned. How about that? Much like that, I'm going to celebrate it in the most feather-falling fashion I can. How about that? Like and subscribe. So stupid. Okay, let's see. We've got... oh, potion. Oh, that's right. I forgot. This is the guy that's got all the damn potions on him, too. I forgot about that. This guy has got all the good stuff. I remember this guy very vividly. How much are those? Okay, so that's a lot of money. But I think I could probably drop... You know what? Let's sell some... While we're here, let's do that. Let's sell these. Let's get rid of these. We'll get rid of that as well. We'll sell all that. I don't need that. Hate things just consuming bag space. Okay, so we can actually put this in our bag as well here. Let's put that teleporting thing in the back as well. Okay, now while we're here, let's get 100 stack of these. Wouldn't be all that bad, I don't think. Right? Can you get 1,000 of these? Let's see. How much would that be? Whoa. Okay. No. 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 It's too many. We'll stick with, let's see. Why don't we get, let's see. How about we get 20 of them? And then from there we'll get... I know that I used to have to get... I know I had to come here a lot for the raids because you needed blindness removal, disease removal, curse removal, and I know some of these, let's see. Some of these you're going to need... I think it was curse removal for one of the catacombs quests, if I remember right. Because I remember if you left, there is a mission in the catacombs, if I remember correctly, where you get cursed with something. I think if I remember correctly, if you dip your foot into one of the pools of fluid that's on the ground or something like that, you inherit this curse, and for whatever reason you leave the dungeon with it still on without having it cursed. You can't get rid of it. And they have to wind up coming to get rid of one of their, use one of these down here. And I remember that was a pretty prevalent thing. But now whether that's this, and and I could be just making that up. I think I'm right on that, but somebody could probably stand to correct me, I'm sure. But let's see what else they got here. I remember Potion of Haste was a big one too. Protection from acid. No, let's see. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we take... Oh, no. Let's get 10 of these. No. Stop it. 5 of these. And then... Let's see. Caster level 7. I don't even think I could use it if I wanted to, right? Caster level 5. Well, I'll be 5 soon enough. What about the same for that? Okay, good. All right, let's just buy those. We'll pocket those. Keep those in the back. Okay, now, we came here for spell components. Really? Maybe it's under divine, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now, I need freshly picked berries, so let's get 1,000 of those. Is that how much is that going to knock me back? Next to nothing. Look at that. Okay. And I think that should do me well, right? I think that should be good. And let's get, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and bang out 1,000 of those too? Well, maybe not. Hold up. I'll come back and get them when I need them. For now, I just need the freshly picked berries, I believe, right? That should be it. Did it give me 1,000 here? It did. Okay, cool. That it did. Okay, now I should be able to cast both of those. Let's check and see. Should be good on my spell list here. Yeah. Owl's Wisdom. Oh, nope. See? Look at that. See? I was about to run off without it. Look at that. Shameful. Look at that. Nice try there, game. Okay, so I had... Alright, so let's put this on here. Let's do that. Let's put you right here. Let's get that. Small thorns. Okay. Am I set on these though? Because like lesser restoration's good, but on my level 1 stuff, I really feel like I'm not. Yeah, no, it should be good. Am I sold on that though? Longstrider might not be all that bad. Shallow water no longer slows your movement either. Interesting. Okay. So I need small thorn. Let's get 1,000 of those. Druid spell components. Small thorn. Let's get 1,000. I dig it. I dig it. All right. So let's put. Nope. Let's get that back there in the back to. There we go. Put you there. Put you there. That's 1, 2. Okay. Looking good.
Thanks for the follow.
Float. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Always glad to see a new face stop by. Join the community. So we are jumping in and playing DDO after a quite a long hiatus of not playing for a couple of years, and we decided, hey, let's go check out and see what it looks like to play this thing in 2025. And what I've come to find in my hiatus is that this game has had quite the little facelift over the last couple of years. And it's undergone quite a bit of changes, so. But really appreciate the follow, man. Hope you come on by more often. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go do some explorer stuff. I'll tell you what, I'll go finish the salt marsh exploration since BJ is going to be a little bit. I will go finish that. And that should put me in a position where I can get that 3rd enhancement point. So let's do that. So we'll go check that out. We'll get all the explorer points for Salt Marsh here. Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I love the Blightcaster. I played this when it first got introduced. That was right before I had stopped playing. Was right when the Blightcaster became an update. I think it was update 74 or something like that, 75, somewhere in and around there. But I originally played it several years ago, and I liked it, but I never got the chance to really push it through all the way to 30. Oh wow, since 2020. That's really good. I started playing the game in and around 2012. And but my experience has not been constant. So I have you know, I played when I initially started playing, I had well, let's see, I played for maybe 2 years. And then I had a paladin and an assassin rogue that I ran that really just, I mean, was really just kicking teeth in. I loved those characters, especially the paladin early on. I ran a dragonborn paladin. No, I played a human paladin. That was a lot of fun. And then I ran that and an assassination rogue. That was a lot of fun, but was really hard to solo with because back then I was free to play. I didn't have a VIP account. I didn't really invest any resources into the game. So I didn't have like extra hirelings. I didn't have, you know, a 32-point build. It was really hard to get access to a lot of the good content. So playing that character solo, because I didn't really have a good group of friends or a good network to play with like I do now. But the paladin certainly was great. I played for a couple of years, took a little hiatus, came back after about a year or two, played again off and on, off and on, off and on. The Blightcaster was actually one of the last characters to play that I played before I left. And I was just kind of kicking myself in the butt because I really never got to see it through all the way to 30 to kind of see what the epic level echelons of that character could really do as far as like gameplay. Because I've heard these things are just absolute steel tanks and I love them. So this character really opens up right at around 6, so I'm excited to get there. I'm getting close to it now, but yeah, as I've come back, and you probably know since you're an active player, what I've come back to is that my characters that were once on Caneth, one of the old 32-bit servers, I didn't know they did any of the server migration. I just had this wild hair up, about me to come. It was like, hey, you know what? I haven't played DDO in a while. I've been playing a variety of other games. I kind of get this itch to try something a little different. I didn't really see anything new outside of like Battlefield 6, which isn't coming out for, a month or so. I was like, you know what? I always have this itch to play this game. I'm an avid D&D player myself and have been for 30 years or so. So I was like, let's give it a shot, only to find that my characters that were on the old 32-bit server, well, they're under lock and key right now. So I'm waiting for them to be opened back up since I missed a little bit of the transfer process. So that way I can get them back over onto this. I'm on the Thrain server now. As I've created one on one of the new 64-bit servers. So my old characters are on, they're packed away in mothballs somewhere until they can allow me to jump on and transfer them over. So I seemingly missed the boat by a couple of days in my ability to do that with the rest of you. So what kind of character do you run? So you've been playing since 2020. What do you what's your main? Or do you have one, or do you play a couple of characters? What do you like playing? I started doing the wilderness discovery stuff for Saltmarsh. I'm going to go finish I think I might have finished them out. Until then, I'm just going to go hit some wilderness stuff until BJ comes back so I don't lose quest progression with him, so. What do you like playing? Oh, let me see. Hey, you know what? Let me go see if that rare is out over here. Let me see. Let me check and see if I can get it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go circle around and see if I can find any of the rares. Monk, huh? Both hand wraps and shuriken. Wow. 109. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. You're a beast, my man. I love the monk in the actual tabletop game, as I have played one on a variety of different occasions in the actual, pencil and paper version of this game, but I have never played one inside Dungeons and Dragons Online, and I heard they are absolute behemoths if you can play them right. So you've reincarnated quite a bit then. That's pretty awesome, man. My other characters that I have that I'm waiting to get access to, yeah, they're stupid strong. I would say that's probably an understatement. I've heard monks are pretty nasty, and I guess if you couple that in tandem with a few with 190 reincarnations to go along with it, then I would say I think you breathe oxygen in something's general direction, it's probably gonna die. If I'm just if it's just us girls talking here, I'm pretty sure yeah, you're probably just gonna one-shot a lot of stuff. I don't really have that sort of cachet really, but my other characters, I think my my strongest ones maybe reincarnated 12 times, maybe, I think. Pales in comparison, but certainly not a slouch either. But Paladin tank, Barbarian tank, favored soul healer. Huh. What do you think of the favored souls? You like using them a lot? It's one of those classes I've just I've never had an interest in playing. So, not for any sort of like specific reason. I just, for whatever reason, I've always just gravitated. When I'm sitting here thinking about like, hey, well, what do I want to play next? I for whatever reason, my brain just never has that. I just never pops in there. So I feel like I'm just like missing out completely. I suspect they are. You're probably right. I suspect they are pretty strong. Let's see. No, he's Arguably the best healing, huh? Wow. That's a pretty profound statement. More so than the cleric, huh? I say that out of ignorance because I just truly don't know. I mean, solid insta-killing. So do you prefer them... When you play one, do you prefer offensive or support healing type? What's your preference? Because it sounds like they're good on both fronts, if I had to guess. Well, at least from what I'm reading on what you're saying here. Oh, don't do that to me now. Come on now. Play nice. Come on now. Thank you. Play for healing support, huh? I had an offensive cleric that was centered around the Whirling Blade spell. And I remember I played him solo on one of the more earlier iterations of me playing the game, and I remember that thing was just ripping stuff apart. Now, I never had the notion to play a favorite soul, but I don't know, you got me curious now, man. You really do. I think I might get an itch to go try one here. Let's see if Dolphin's up. Second focus is to be tanky. First life ended up with 4,400 hit points. Huh. Wow. Gee. What server do you play on, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, so you're on here with me then. Very cool, man. This character that I made is also on Thrain, so. Wow, I just deleted that dude. Nice. If you're wondering, I'm just trying to kill some time until BJ gets back. He's on a FaceTime call with his daughter. I don't know if you were watching when he was, I don't know how long you were watching, but he and I were running some quests together, and I don't want to lose progression with him, so I'm just waiting for him to finish that call before I jump back into those quests. So in the meantime, I'm just doing some completionist stuff here. Anyway. You do a lot of raiding, too? I suspect if you've done that many reincarnations, I suspect you're probably pretty astute when it comes to some of the end game raiding. I have not spent an inordinate amount of time doing that, and I would like to, but my guild's got very odd times in which they do that, and usually it's at times in which I don't really have the ability to jump in with them. Save for the one example, they do them on the weekends sometimes, and usually that's the opportunity. Oh, there you are. Nice. Now, okay, so riddle me this then. I've heard, because I'm only a couple of days back into playing, I've heard that with the new 64-bit server migration that there's been a lot of lag spikes, particularly like I've noticed it the most when on my guild's airship. Their spirit binder is down on the third lower deck, and going down there to use it makes it's like virtually unplayable. I've also heard, this is where you could probably attest for better or worse, that raiding is typically pretty bogged down with a lot of lag as they've trying to work through some of the server issues. Any truth to that at all? Hey, you know what? While I'm doing this, I want to see if this shelag works. See how this thing works. And rating's my favorite part. I have all the alts, so if almost, yeah. I've heard people that in my guild that do the same thing. They've basically got a juggernaut of a character built out for basically every major rating spot that they would ever need. So they're very similar. I would like to eventually get to that point, but you know, obviously there's, you know, people that have, you know, it's the consistency piece that I think has set me back just from not having not played. I've had too many broken streaks of playing, I guess. So you know, life gets in the way. I spent a very long, you know, couple of decades in the military, so that you know, I've done 6 deployments, so that got in the way a lot, but which I'm sure is understandable, but never had the chance to play consistently, and as such, I've not had the means to be as decked out as a lot of these guys are. That well, probably yourself included. Oh God, I wish I could just. I don't know. I hate it when those ads play. I don't do this to make money, so okay, so I guess I can reintroduce it then. So I had heard that with the migration of the 64-bit server addition to the game, that there's been a lot of lag that has been prevalent in the game. Like I've noticed, particularly with my guild's airship, their spirit binder is down on the third lower level. And trying to go to, like, when you're at the surface level with the amenities bar and trying to interface with the captain to try and teleport and everything, everything's fine. But then when you try and go to any one of the lower decks, it's unplayable. Like, the game will keep freezing. You get getting rubber banded back and forth. Like, trying to get down there and use that spirit binder is basically an effort and futility. I've also heard, as they said, and this is what prompted me to ask, was that I've heard raiding. A lot of the raids have been pretty significantly hindered by lag. Maybe you can shed some light on any truth to that per se, but I've heard it's been pretty bad. It's a ton of lag, especially during peak times. Teleports have delays, certain areas worse than others. Yeah, that sounds pretty much dead on par with what they were saying. And you know, it's troublesome because it's kind of a you know, it's an argument of perspectives, I think. You know, from the developers' end of it, I get it. You know, they want to condense everything down to less servers, which makes it easier to manage. And, you know, they want to try. I think their intentions were probably good in doing so, but I would say that it's probably a lesson learned in just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, I get their intentions. at least I have to assume I think I know what their intentions were, but you know, juice versus squeeze, right? You know, certain areas are worse. Huh. Certain areas being worse comes from a suspected issue with certain elements. Interesting. Huh. So then, all right, so I you know, maybe you might be able to know this then, because I was inquiring and it doesn't seem to, nobody seems to have a straight answer, probably to no fault of their own. But obviously my characters that are still stuck on Kenneth, obviously the server's down because I kind of missed the boat seemingly by a matter of days trying to get them offloaded because I didn't know this was happening. And then now it doesn't seem to have any sort of... I keep asking when that window is going to open up and no one seems to know. Do you happen to know when they're going to allow people who weren't around to do that with the rest of the masses, I guess, to be able to get on and get those characters packed up and moved over? Yeah, that's a really good point on the server reset. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of part and parcel to what we're talking about, yeah. That's so frustrating. You know, that seems to be... As much as I was hoping you wouldn't say that, I kind of deep down knew that you would. Because that's exactly what I didn't want you to say, but kind of knew that that would be the response anyway. Because you're probably right. I doubt they even know at this point. Which is really unfortunate, because I really want my characters back. I mean, not that, I like the game in general. I don't care if it's this one or... or if it's making a new guy or playing one of my older ones. I mean, I would like to have my hard work still be accessible, right? Especially if I mean, I could imagine how I would feel if I, had all my characters and I was in this, situation that you're in where you've got 190 reincarnations. I couldn't, and not being able to play that and having to start from scratch. I don't know that would set very well with me. And be like, I don't care what button you need to push on your end. You better get your asses up off your chair and go figure out a solution on how to get my damn characters back, because that's a lot of work to put into this game to have no access to it, I mean, especially for something that seemingly is not creating any sort of positive outcome and no one really asked for. And here, as I'm talking about it right now, I'm lagging as we speak. Dude, I'm serious. Like, if I was you and you had my situation to where, my characters were locked away on another server, I'd be pretty... I'm quite certain I'd be pretty upset. Without question. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta wait. Never mind. I gotta go back to an area where I can apply them. Main gripe from the computer right now is that amidst the lag storm, Standing Stone Games also released the content creator program and a new... Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's... it's funny. I was just talking about that. With my my friend, who I'm waiting for to come back. I was just discussing that same thing with him. And that I find it really odd that in the face of all of these problems, they can't fix all the lag, they can't fix all the rubber banding and all of the issues that the latency is seemingly creating from a inhibited gameplay perspective. But you had enough time to go shimmy in another Ravenloft expansion. that didn't get derailed by any stretch of the imagination at all. But sure, let's let all this impactful gameplay stuff just kind of linger because it'll buff out. But that Ravenloft campaign, though. Dude, you're 100% spot on. I was just talking about that yesterday, that very same thing. I'm like, you got all this time to go put all this stuff out, but you can't fix the problems that are literally kicking people in the teeth and keeping them from being able to have a good, smooth gameplay. It's kind of silly. I mean, I don't want to be too critical because, I don't know what it's like to be a a computer programmer or, a video game designer of any kind. But, at the end of the day, from a consumer's standpoint, it's like, I don't have to be a world-renowned economist to know that debt and inflation is, an impactful thing. And I don't even have to know how to fix it to have the opinion about me that it sucks. It's just like, man, priorities, You can put out an expansion, then you can fix this little lag problem of yours. And I suspect if you don't do it soon for a game that's really kind of reliant on concurrent community development and gameplay that has stemmed a while when it is not top of its class in its genre, and there are a lot of MMOs out there that are doing far better than DDO, I would say, you don't want to lose the current community base that you have because comparatively it's limited. So, just saying. Let's see. What else can I do here? You know what? I'm gonna add you on my friends list. Fish. Is that the character you play the most? Fish? Got you added. All right, well, I'm going to add that one too then. Cool. Oh, yeah, I was going to check and see where's the rest of these rares at. Let's see. Let's go see if... Oh, there's Mudwig right there. I was looking around for him. So what kind of characters float then? Oh, I see. Okay. That's your... And then this one's a barbarian. Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Yeah, you told me that. Helps if I remember those things. Does this show you what surprised Pikachu, huh? What is this here? Ooh, acid spell power, huh? I think I've got stuff with acid spell power on it already, though. I think it's more than what I got, though. Let me see. Implement bonus to universal spell power. This one's got plus... The one I've got on's got +4. This one's got a +3. To acid spell power. I think I've got something on that's already got an equipment bonus to acid spell power. But let's find out here. But I think I've got... It says equipment bonus, right? Equipment bonus to it. I think it might have been one of my rings. Yeah, it's +38. Man, I need to find some better gear. Well, I might, you know what I'll do? I'll hang on to this. And then if I find something that will replace this ring, then I can keep this. I'll get more spell power bonus, and then I won't be out anything and keep my progression going. I do need to find some good gloves, though. And I need to go get that XP trinket. I think it's in Dalara's tomb, if I remember right. The voice of the master, I think. Am I making that up? It's been so long since I've played this, man. I think it's voice. Is it voice of the master? I think it's in Dalara's, right? In the Dalara timeline or quest line, rather. All right, where's the other? Let's see. Mazgak is southwest of here. Let's go see if he's around. You know what I've noticed? You know, I've really noticed. I stream so many different games. What I notice is that every time I stream DDO, I always get the nicest people to come by and talk to me, man. I really do. It's the wildest thing. I never really seem to understand it. It just kind of tells you the type of people that play the game. I always get like, you know, because I like a lot of first-person shooters too, and you know, I'll play things like recently I started playing like Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2, which is really fun, by the way. If you're into that sort of thing, it's really fun. Played Fortnite, played Call of Duty, all the obligatory sort of the blend-in version of first-person shooters that literally the entire planet play. And you always get these sharp-shooting jerks that'll come on here and like, oh, that's not what I would have done. It's like, that's great, whatever. But then when I play, you know, DDO and when I stream, I always get the nicest people that come by. It's really nice. Make sure that that's one of those good reminders that never give up on humanity. I need to find like a really good set piece for this Blightcaster. I know there's a few good acid-based, because I'm going to take the acid-based approach with this character, because I know there's like acid and physical damage. They have the thorn-based physical damage that you can take with this as well, but I'm going to stick with acid, but I need to find some good set items. I think Feywild, if I remember right, has a few good items that are really good for an acid-based Blightcaster. So once I get up to like level 8, level 9, start making my way over to Feywild, hopefully I'll run into some of that stuff. Well, if you got a character that's in and around the same level that I am, man, and you're bored, dude, you'll have to come run some quests with us, man. I'm always, I don't, you know, obviously with this new guy, I'm not running any sort of Reaper stuff. You would have to be the one to probably carry us along for that, but I'm always looking for people to play with. My buddy BJ, who I'm waiting for, he and I played pretty much everything together. He and I have been lifelong best friends for, Christ, 30 years. So he and I play everything together, but yeah, man, if you got something that's in and around our level, man, feel free to jump in and play, man. You can jump on our Discord with us as well. But listen, though, here's the thing, though, okay? We got to establish some ground rules, though, okay? If you're going to watch me play this game, you got to keep your laughter to a minimum, okay? Because I'm going to pull some blunders that I'm sure is just going to tickle you senseless. So, no laughing at my expense. None. Okay, maybe one or two, because it's likely that I'll deserve it. But that's not the point, though. And, you know, we got to keep that down a little bit. See if Wave Stalker is up. Oh, don't you dare. Around here somewhere? Where is he? Is he here? Doesn't look like it, huh? Well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Hey, what is that guy? All right. Where's the other ones? Smaller. Is he over here? Right there. All right. Okay. Is XP hard or acceptable? Well, it depends on what you mean. What are you referring to as far as like, is it hard to level? Is that what you're asking? Hi, Leo, by the way. Nice seeing you, man. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Is it hard to level? Well, no, I don't think it is. Well, okay. There are certain level ranges within this game that are a little more difficult to level than others. I think early on, it's incredibly easy to level. I would say once you get up into the upper teens, start getting in around like 16 or 17, going up to 20. It can be a little bit of challenge once you start getting to like the evening star content, which if you've not played a lot, probably doesn't mean anything to you right now. But once you start playing, you'll certainly know what that is. But I think that's why a lot of people will pocket a level before they boost up. But I think for the most part, the game is pretty easy to level up to a certain point. Have you played a lot before? Yes, it is. Yep. Quite a bit. Yeah, I think like that 17 to 19 range can be a challenge depending on what you've done, what quests and what story arcs you have available to do leading up to that point. I think that's probably the biggest challenge. Outside of that, and even it's not a cliff face to climb. It just certainly can become a little bit more tedious at the end of the day. But for the most part, leveling is generally pretty easy. And right now, I'm just kind of passing time until my friend comes back on, and then we're gonna jump back in and do quests. And I don't want to get too far ahead of him. So max is 30. What 30? Is it 6 now? Because when I stopped playing Float, you'd probably know this. I think. Well, max was 34 at the time. I think they've upped it to, what, 36 now? Is that right? $34 is still max. Okay, so, yeah. So Lido, there's a couple of different things that you probably should know. So, in this character, right, you can play a character. The max you can play a character up to is 34, right? And then at that point, you can make a decision to reincarnate. Oh, there's my guy right there. That's who I was looking for. You can reincarnate and start your guy back to 1. And in doing so, he will inherit and he'll retain certain bonus abilities, stats, and, abilities that will carry over into the new life, thus making him stronger than he was before, based on what character you were playing, what class you were playing, what race you were playing, things of that nature, right? So you can do that at that point. You can also do a reincarnation at 20, which doesn't give you, which you don't carry over as much stuff, right? You won't get you'll get a certain level of abilities and stats that you can carry over. And then if you go all the way to 34, then, well, I guess you can do it at 30, right? At 30, you can reincarnate and you can get an additional set of abilities and stats and things of that nature that you can carry over with you as well. So, so a lot of players that play will strategize how they want to do that as far as like how far they want to level their character before restarting them back to 1. And there's a lot of thought that goes into that. But for the most part, leveling itself is relatively easy. Have you played before? Or are you just kind of like looking at it, just kind of check it out and see if it's something you'd like? I played older MMORPGs. So you probably played like... I'm assuming you may have probably played World of Warcraft, but you probably played others, maybe Guild Wars, EverQuest. I don't know how old. We're talking about older ones. But I've played a lot of the older ones as well. Shadowbane was another one that I played. I was actually a GM for Asheron's Call. I don't know if that's, which is a company, that was a game that was made by Turbine back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I was a GM for them. And actually beta tested that game for a long time too. Silk Road. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Float, have you heard of that one? I don't think I've heard of that one before. What else do you like playing? So I'm assuming you probably at least have a baseline interest in this. Have you ever thought about jumping in and trying it out? Hopefully BJ will come back soon so we can keep our progression going. Got the itch to keep my quests going. What is that? All right, let's see if Brian Lurker is around here. He's over here to the east, I believe. I think this is one of those games, Lito, that if you have an interest, even a baseline interest in MMOs, I think this is one of those games that you just have to try at least once. I really do. It is an older game. It came out in the mid 2000s. I want to say 04, 05-ish. I remember when did, you know what? It's gonna bother me if I don't know now. Let's see. When did DDO come out? February 28th, 2006. That was close. So it's been out a while. This was made by Standing Stone Games, and they also made Lord of the Rings Online, which I myself have never played. So I want an MMO RPG, semi-realistic graphic, old school, skill-based, and easy leveling. If not, have bot or... Well, I don't think there's bots or macros that play this like you would see in like Asheron's Call back in the day, because I know everybody used to bot level back in the day with that damn thing, and I think for the most part EverQuest was kind of the same as well. But actually Float may know. I don't know if people have the capacity to bot level in this game or macro level like some of the others, but it is easy to level. It is pretty intuitive. There is a lot of ability to, if you are the, here's also what I'll say too. If you are the type to where you want to really let your creative juices fly here, then I think this is a really good game for you to jump in and try them, because one of the things that is really prevalent in this game is the ability to theory craft. I mean, if you look at some of the other games like Guild Wars and World of Warcraft and Black Desert Online, Elder Scrolls Online, they've taken the thought out of it, right? There's no personalization to your character. There is to a degree. I say that very, I don't say that sarcastically to the full extent, but somewhat anecdotally, because it's kind of a joke, like back, how much they've just, everybody plays the same couple of characters. Like there's the meta and there's like 2 or 3 variants of it, and that's about it. And it's really hard to put any sort of personalization into your character. What I like about this game is that much like every other MMO that you can play, there's going to be theory crafters out there. There's going to be people that are putting out build guides and things for you to follow to make the thought process a non-existent one, and just kind of take the burden of having to think about what to do with your character, and they just lay it all out for you. And that's fine. Guys like Strimtom and a few others, Callie and all those guys that are really good at the intricate details of this game, put an exhausting amount of effort into building characters and theory crafting all of that, coming up with really good ideas, so we don't have to, right? And that's great. But if you're also the type like me who has these moments where, like, I just want to create one on my own, and I really want to go some crazy direction with it, this game really gives you the opportunity to do that. And I've found that it's one of the things that I enjoy most about this game is that variability, is to sit here and look at, if I'm looking at, say, for example, if I'm just looking at my characters and I want to look at, my feats and stuff like that, and really kind of break down like how I want to put my points into my character and really let him flourish, you can do that. Not unlike the act. So to me, I've found that if you're the creative type, this really gives you an opportunity to really make that an accentuation of your gameplay. If it's not, and you really just you don't want to think about it, and you want to just jump in and hack and slash and pew your way through it, then there is that option too. And there's a billion and one guides for you to pick up and start right now. Pull up a website, and you can pull up any sort of like the character foundries for a variety of these other theory crafters, and they've got a billion characters you can pick from that have just taken the thought right out of it, and you'd be just fine. So to me, I think that you get the best of both worlds. The first few TRs might be longer because you're learning the content, but because of the repetitive nature of TRs and making new characters, yeah. I mean, I think what Float just said is a 1,000% spot on. Nice character management here. Huh? Thanks. So I think that I think it's one of those games where if you like the genre, the MMORPG industry of games, this is definitely one that I think you need to just try out at least once. It's free, and that's another thing too that I think is worth noting too, is that you can play this game without spending a penny on it. I don't categorize. I would never classify this game as one of those as a pay to win sort of game. Now, does having resources put you in a better position? Any game that offers in-game transactions and the ability to pay for accentuations and enhancements of your character is gonna create that advantage without question. But there are also certain games that are purely dependent upon resources being spent just to play it, i.e. the industry leader World of Warcraft being an example of that, right? You can't play the game without a subscription. So you can't even log in without one, let alone microtransaction your way to some sort of advantageous state. I would say that in this, you can play this game purely for free and never spend a penny. And I did for years. I enjoy having a subscription because I like contributing and supporting a game that I enjoy and their developers' hard work that they put into it. Because I know that doing so is the conduit by which they need to continue doing that. And the more people that do that, the more people are going to put them in a position to extend the shelf life of my enjoyment of the game. But it is purely possible to jump in here and spend not a dime on this game and have access to you won't have access to everything, but you'll have access to enough base game content to see a lot of the game, the vast majority of it, in fact. Have access to all of, a wide variety of races and character classes to play. But I mean, if you do like, but if you also have resources to spend and you're okay with that, then it certainly is going to open that up even more. And to me, I've always found, I mean, since I have decided to make that commitment and playing and putting resources in this game and paying for things like a VIP account, I found it to be very worth it. But it is not necessary, and you can, and I had just as much fun for years without doing that. So, food for thought. So again, obviously highlighting the idea that it is one of those games where you can literally just go in and stick your foot in the deep end and just see how the water feels before you go take a swim. And it'll cost you nothing. It's just literally the burden of downloading the game. So, food for thought, because there's very few games that'll offer you the opportunity to do that and do that purely for free without at least paying for at least a month of a subscription. So, one of the many things that I like about this game. How much do I need? I need 42 more, and then I think I'll go back to Stormreach. Hopefully BJ will be done soon. We can keep questing. Now, when you play MMOs, do you have a particular type of character that you like playing? Me personally, I like the whole time I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons now for, I mean, the actual game of Dungeons and Dragons probably for 35 years. And I've always loved playing like rogue-based characters the whole time I played. I mean, even when I like beta tested World of Warcraft back in 03 before I went to retail, I mean, I was dead set on playing rogues. Guild Wars 2, I played a rogue. Elder Scrolls Online, I played a rogue. My main character on here for the longest time was an assassination rogue. So, you know, I have a very specific preference and play style of characters that I really enjoy playing. I don't know if you have one of those as well, but there's a wide variety of different options for you to pick from as far as like character development and building abilities and stuff like that. So, plug and play. You can do mixed classes as well, multi-class characters. Let's see if Tisha's up here. It's not looking like it. There we go. Okay, let's not get crazy here. There we go. Get off me. All right, see if we get anything good here. What is this here? Skull of the Sea, a tower shield, huh? Saltmarsh Explorer. Oh, that goes with that ring that I banked earlier. Let's see. You know what? I should probably keep this. Because that gives me... What do you need to actually keep this at? All 5 pieces. So I've got 2 of them now. That's pretty nice. Okay, cool. Well, that's another item I will gladly go put in the bank. All right, let's go recall back. Let me put that. I think that went with this. Says it was the Saltmarsh Explorer. I think I had an item in here already. A ring that I put in here earlier, I believe. Let's see. Is that it? Sure is. Yep, look at that. Perfect. Nice. Awesome. Sell some of this junk in here. Hmm. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And that's another thing I need to do. I need to go in here and lock. That's right. No, I wanted to keep that. I need to lock these so I don't accidentally sell them. As these and these as well. All right. Cool. All right. I will be right back. Let me grab something to drink. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. 1 second. All right. Let's see. Till BJ comes on, let's go back and let's jump on our other character here real quick. Let's make some progress on our assassin rogue until BJ gets back. Okay. Actually, I think that might actually be a good stopping point for us since DJ might be a bit. So I think we'll call the stream there. We'll make some progress here in a little bit. Hopefully we can jump on and work through some more of the Coin Lord stuff and progress through that maybe later tonight or tomorrow. But for those that stopped in and was able to jump in and tag along with us, I really appreciate it. Loved the engagement today, and we'll talk to you guys next time.